Hello and welcome to Connecticut at your service. I am your host today, Terry Perkins. I'm filling in for Carmen A. Nieves. We come to you live every Tuesday from Soundview Community Media in Stratford, Connecticut. This is a show to entertain and also educate people in the community, just to inform you about different people in the community that are doing amazing things or have started amazing businesses or organizations. So we are here with Daniel Tozzi today. He is the head of business development for Business Starters, which is a business that has started about a year ago. He has done some work with, they do work with app developing and website development and many other things that we will get into, but he started his career after graduating from Sacred Heart University in 2016 with a bachelor's degree in business administration. So Daniel, I'm going to have you talk more about what you do and Business Starters and the new things that you guys have going on, because it's pretty exciting. So thank you for being here today.
Well, I appreciate it. I definitely do. I appreciate the invite.
Yes.
But so essentially, Business Starters, what we do is mostly website and app development. Mm-hmm. So we pretty much build the websites from scratch. We want people to have their own platforms. The problem that a lot of people have is that they're on these website platforms that, is a third party. It's all through a third party. They don't own their website. Mm. So we want to give the power back to the entrepreneurs, and we want to let them have their own platform. Because when you go with something like, I don't want to name drop any of the
the others, but
the other platforms, but essentially when you go with any of these platforms, they own your website. Mm-hmm. Essentially, you have limited control, and they could take it away from you at any point.
Right.
Now, when you own your own website, you could customize it to how you need to customize mm-hmm. it, and it's yours. Yeah. So we do that for our clients, and we do it for a price that they could afford. Nice. Now, one of the problems that a lot of entrepreneurs face is that they have limited funds when you first start your own business. We're not all Jeff Bezos, where we could just ask our family for $300,000 right. to start our company. We don't all have that luxury. So, time is a problem for a lot of entrepreneurs, because a lot of entrepreneurs, they work other jobs as well. Now, pretty much what happens is, right, these entrepreneurs, when they start their businesses, they have limited funds. They can't exactly go out and purchase everything that they need. Right. And at the same time, too, if they're just starting their business, say hypothetically, we helped a few retail establishments, a few restaurant owners, and if they're really good at helping customers, that doesn't mean that they know everything that needs to be known about the technical side of the business. They might know the business inside and out. Right. Don't get me wrong, like the back of their hand. Yeah. But when it comes to the technical side, a lot of people are in the dark with that, mm-hmm. and they go with what they could afford and what's best for them. Right. And pretty much what we do is we give them what they need mm-hmm. at a price that they could afford. And nice. That's what we feel is best for them.
Nice. And another thing you know more, but I also thought about they just may not know that there are other options. They might say, oh, I heard about this website. You see the ads all the time on YouTube, so you just go with that one versus, oh, let me think about exploring the option of creating my own website and, working with people who actually know what they're, who know how they can help me to do that,
Well, the beauty of that is what you were saying, is the beauty of a team. Mm-hmm. Now, in my team, essentially, we all have our strengths. Right. And, I'm not really the best at creating apps or websites at all, but my team is really good at
nice.
It. I'm just, my role in the company is reaching out mm-hmm. and community outreach. Nice. Stuff like this right. today that we're doing right now. Right. So that's my specialty. Mm-hmm. And, my teammates are great when it comes to the technical side. Nice. So, like I was saying about somebody that knows the business inside and out, their own business, mm-hmm. like the bakery, they know the oven inside right. and out. I don't know how to bake cakes, but I could definitely make sure that they have a great website.
There you go. Because it's necessary.
It's necessary, and the thing is too is that everything is online nowadays. Mm-hmm. Now, if you were to look at it once COVID hit, the problem was that everybody that was holding on by a thread, that thread got cut. And everybody that was thriving and doing well is now holding on to that thread.
Right.
And I mean, you think about, companies that think that they're in the clear. I mean, Baskin-Robbins thought they were in the clear. I just read an article that they just filed for bankruptcy.
Wow.
And it's not just them. There's so many businesses, like Bed Bath & Beyond is gone.
Yeah.
Bed Bath & Beyond was a staple.
Right. Definitely.
Like forever.
Yeah.
And there's so many other companies that we could discuss with that. But, all these companies that thought that they were good and they thought they were fine, that was 30 years ago. What's going to happen in the next 30 years? So we need to focus on today. We need to focus on building. And the best part about having a new website, some of our clients, like within the first month, they already tripled their visibility.
Nice.
So online visibility is a huge thing. Everybody's glued to their phones, their tablets nowadays. So it's something that a lot of entrepreneurs need to jump into.
Speaking of what you mentioned about since the pandemic, I saw some statistics. I just wanted to read a few as far as...
Oh yeah, let's hear them.
Yeah, so I saw it's from Forbes Advisor. It says 71% of businesses have a website in 2023. That's a lot. Also 29% of businesses are conducted online. 43% of small businesses plan to invest in their website performance. And 21% of business owners report low traffic issues with their website. So with that, we can kind of segue, I guess, more deeply into your services, like what different ones do you offer, and how you can help with, I guess, low, like your services, how they would help with low traffic, because you said that you've seen more traffic as well with some customers.
Oh yeah, so I mean, there's many different ways. Like, I mean, you got to think of it like a website is a tool.
Okay.
It's an asset, but it's a tool.
Break it down in like a dummy way for us.
I'm getting there. So essentially, having a website is basically a tool. So if you have a hammer, right? You can have the hammer. Okay. You can just hold on to it. It's there. But if you don't know how to hammer that nail into the wall, what good is it?
Right.
So essentially, there's a lot of different ways that you could use your website in order to bring people to you, to drive traffic, to get more phone calls, to get more visits in person, to get more clients. That's the goal eventually. And there's a lot of different tools and widgets and stuff that we usually would install, such as like Google Analytics. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I know that there's others that we use, but that's a really important one right there. But when you're not utilizing these things, like for instance, like my phone, I probably don't know how to use every aspect of my phone. I mean, there's certain things like my teammate, he's like, let me see your phone, and he does something on there, and I'm just like, I didn't know my phone could do that.
Right.
And it's just that awakening of that, where you could realize like you could use your website in order to grab more clients in, to get more attention. Now, another thing that I saw that was kind of troubling, you said, 43% of businesses look to invest into their website?
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I was on a call one time with somebody, and I said, hey, I'm glad I met you the other day at the networking event. I know you wanted the website. I just want to know what your budget is so that we could, because usually what happens is we don't really set our prices completely. It all depends on the job. But a lot of times I like to ask what the budget is so that we could find a way to make it work. Because, at the end of the day, we started this business because we want to see entrepreneurs doing well. Right. We didn't start this business so we could say, hey, let's make a lot of money. Right. I mean, of course, that's why people start businesses, but our main focus is let's help people out. Right. That's really why we started this business. So we say, hey, what's your budget look like? And somebody told me one time, about like 150, 200. And it's just like, hey, people spend way more on that on sneakers. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that person that said that has a pair of sneakers in their closet.
Might be more than
that. Might be more than that. Yeah. So you're gonna tell me you're gonna spend more on a pair of sneakers that you're gonna wear probably 2 or 3 times versus something that could change your life. And and sometimes it's just people don't know any better, and sometimes people it's either that they don't want to know better, or sometimes they just didn't know. They just plain didn't know. And, pretty much at the end of the day, it's just something where people need to if they wanna grow their business, they need to invest into their website, and that's kind of a troubling statistic that almost 60% of business owners don't want to invest into their website. You know, a lot of business owners, they feel like they're all set, you know, and then they wonder why certain things don't work out. And part of it is because that they're not investing into the right things. And sometimes, I mean, you get some people that would invest into marketing, but it depends on where that marketing is being invested. You could be throwing that money towards something that's not going to assist you, and that's like anything in life. Right. You know, but really what we try to do with when it comes to the marketing aspect, when we assist our clients in marketing, is we try to make sure that their marketing dollars go, how should I put this? Go towards the best avenues, based off of their budget, go in a way that could bring them up faster. Of course, based on their budget. Right. You know, use it and the best capabilities that it could be used for.
Right. I also wanted to make sure we mentioned 2 new things. So you guys have a location, right?
Oh, yes.
And then we can get into the app as well, because that's pretty cool.
So the location is Cary Multi-Service.
Right.
Now, pretty much what that's going to be is we're gonna have some of our offices in there where we're going to be able to do business consultation, where people could come in, talk to us, and they could ask us about our services. But in the front, there's copy, print, fax. We're also going to be able to do embroidery, such as like this right here. Okay. You know, screen print as well. But we'd be able to do, we got signs. We could build signs for people. It's like a whole bunch of different things. We're also working on, we got an insurance guy that's going to be there as well. We're going to have, we're even trying to get a driving instructor to come in and set up an office there as well. That's cool. So essentially, anybody that has almost any kind of need, they could come to us and we'd be able to assist them. And that's going to be located in Bridgeport, right on North Ave, in between Madison and Main Street.
Okay. What's the direct address, just so they know as well?
I don't have that.
Oh, don't have it. Okay, sorry.
I don't have that.
Right. Okay.
Maybe that's something that, you know, coming onto TV.
Yeah. You know, check the website. You know, check the website out and wait for the progression. You know.
But yeah, if anything, you could right in between Madison and Main Street on North Ave. Okay. You can't miss it.
Can't miss it. You heard that, folks. And now the app. Like what?
So the app, the Hey app, we're actually on the App Store and the Google Play Store. So iPhone and Android. And essentially it's a voice-only app where you could be matched with anybody around the world. Of course, you could change your distance. So if you want to just be matched with people in the state or people down the street from you or, you know, just people in the States, or you want to get matched with people all over the world, you could change your distance. You could set your preference to if you want to speak to a man, you want to speak to a woman, you don't care, you could speak to both. And then there's also age preference as well. You could change who, you know, from 18 to 99. Wow. You know, and pretty much you get matched. It's a dating app, but you could use it for other purposes as well. Yeah. Like I mentioned to you earlier, I was talking to a guy in Hong Kong. We were talking about stocks. He was talking to me about the status of China, and we had like an hour-long conversation.
Wow, hour-long. That's cool.
He was asking me questions about America because he was like, "Yeah, I'm thinking of coming. I don't know. I'm thinking Canada. I'm thinking America."
It's like, nah, come here.
We were going over the options. And it was just a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm sure. It sounds like fun. You know, who would have thought in your life you would speak to somebody just on the other side from an app that you guys developed? Like, that's dope.
It's a beautiful thing. Yeah. And you know, the real beautiful thing about it is that it's voice only, so you can't see the person's face. Right. So say hypothetically, we all have these biases. Yeah. You know, if you're trying to say date somebody, if you have an image of who you want to date in your head, you could miss out on the perfect person. Right. Whereas this, it forces you to have a conversation with somebody and you get only their vibe. Like, have you ever been on a date with somebody and they looked so amazing, but then they had the worst personality?
No chemistry, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like, I can't even be in the room with this person for 10 minutes.
It's like, when are we leaving?
Yeah, when are we leaving? Exactly. Right. So, you know, the beautiful thing about the app is that before you could meet them in real life, you really have an understanding of who they actually are as a person.
Yeah. And what's it called?
Hey.
Hey. All right. So the Google Play Store and the Apple Store, right?
Yep, the App Store.
The App Store, okay, yes. So we also have some slides, and I wanted to make sure to bring them out because it sounds like you and your team are really, really connected. So we can bring that slide up. It's like a collage of pictures, and you can tell us a bit about what we see here.
As you can see here, the first picture is me and my teammate Kevin. We're here with Mayor Ganem. And the next picture, I'm here at the awards gala.
Nice.
And Bridgeport, they won the Chamber of the Year award.
Okay.
And that's Crystal Ingram and oh my goodness, I forget her name. She won an award too. Oh, I'm gonna think about it later.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, oh, that's her name.
Well, we shout her out anyways.
Oh, damn, I feel so bad.
That's okay.
But the two award winners right there.
Nice.
And they're part of our chamber, the
Okay.
Chamber of Commerce. So I forgot to mention I'm part of the Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
But then down there is me and my teammate Kevin, and we were in Harlem at for the Black Business Alliance. We went to a networking event sponsored by them, and we were with some of the team over there. We had a great time. It was a lot of good food.
Nice.
It was a good time. Pretty much when it comes to the networking, we do a lot of networking. We do a lot of outreach. We do a lot of giving back as well.
Nice.
You know, we try to do some volunteer efforts where we were working on programs with different organizations. Those organizations, they never, they kept kind of like leading us on, and they never ended up getting the budget. But we still have those programs in our back pocket.
Yeah.
You know, so we could always implement them with other organizations that, want to help out. Essentially, the organizations, the programs that we were working for were pretty much teaching kids how to code.
Nice.
Because
That's
the kids, they need to learn.
Yeah.
This new generation, they're, a lot of people have a lot of stuff to say about this new generation that's negative, but there's a really good aspect about the new generation. And I think it just needs to be, tailored. It needs to be sculpted.
Right.
Where maybe they could shed some of those negative aspects, and because there's a lot of great things from this new generation.
Oh,
this
yeah.
new generation has all the facts at their fingertips.
Yeah.
And as much as they might not use it properly, there are some that do, and there are some that are very smart, and there's some that are very kind, and they're our future.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. So we need to stand up and teach them
Right.
how to lead, because at some point they're going to be the ones that are leading. A lot of the older generation, they just, people in my generation as well, they just want to talk down on the up and coming generation and, say all kinds of names like, oh, they're soft and, they're lazy. But, that's all stuff that could be taught, like ways to get around that.
Right.
And, teaching them something like coding could change their lives and turn their lives around. And I think that, and it's not even just about coding. I had a few classes that, out of a 10-week course, I had a few of the classes that were just about like leadership and like life lessons,
Right.
all kinds of different things. I don't know, you seem to be around my age. The way we grew up, we had people around us that taught us the way, but we also had great television programming,
Yeah.
like say Family Matters. That's how I learned how to swim.
Okay, really?
Yeah, Carl Winslow taught me how to swim.
You gotta tell me what episode, because I don't know how to swim. I don't know.
Oh man, yeah, no, I'll look for the clip. I'll send it to you if I can find it. But yeah, certain
Right.
things like that went missing, and
Yeah.
that's probably part of the reason why this new generation, has the problems that they do.
Right.
So at the end of the day, it's like, we have a lot of life lessons that we need to bring to the instead of this generation talking down on the new generation, we need to uplift them.
Yeah.
We need to uplift them and bring them to where they need to be.
Right.
And that's another thing too. If you could teach it, that means you know it.
No, but that sounds awesome. I'm excited to see what you guys are, how you guys are able to connect with the community more. I know you guys already do a lot. I've seen, that's how we met. We met at an event, so I know you're around, spreading out. But I also wanted to make sure we get back to your website and how to contact you, because you offer a free website audit. If you could share a little bit about that and how to get in contact with you guys.
Oh, so essentially, you know, it's almost like, you know how people say, oh, we'll give you a free consultation? Mm-hmm. It's almost like that, but essentially, we'll check out your website and scan it and pretty much like find areas where it could be stronger. Mm-hmm. Say, I don't want to say areas of weakness, mm-hmm. but you know, we look for areas where we could uplift your website and make it better. So that's the website audit, where we pretty much could outline that and, you know, let the potential client know, like, hey, this could be your result if we were to implement this for you, and this could be your result if we were to replace this and install this for you. Okay. You know, so I'm just giving you a quick synopsis of that.
No, that's helpful because, you know, somebody might go on and they're like, well, what's this? You know, so it's helpful to hear it from you. But definitely, that sounds like a really good. It's a really good thing to utilize. You know, you wouldn't even think, you know, from an outside looking in, from somebody from a business that actually knows what to look for and things like that. That's a really great resource. So that's good. I noticed you guys also have a blog on there, and I think. Do you guys write all of the, that's awesome.
Yeah, one of our teammates handles that, the blogs. He does all those. There's a lot of helpful tips, helpful things that help you learn on there. And it was just really interesting whenever he would just drop a blog. Mm-hmm. You know, it was a good 2-minute read. Okay. I highly encourage everybody that's watching to go check out our website, businessstarters.com, and read some of those blogs. They're very, very insightful.
Definitely. I was looking on the website myself. I was like, man, these are pretty interesting. And then I was like, oh, I know who that is. So, no, that's awesome. But another question I like to ask, sometimes I'll ask in the beginning, sometimes I'll ask at the end, but who do you do, you know, your work for? What inspires you? Jesus.
Yep.
Nice.
Do I work for Jesus? Mm-hmm.
Amen. It's the first time I've heard that one. So that's awesome. No, yeah. It's always interesting to hear because, you know, what you do, it's not just the business side, but it's also the community outreach side. So this is a chance for, you know, businesses to come on here and kind of give a little bit behind the business or behind the organization and to see a bit inside of who you are, who's behind it, so, and what you do it for. So
no, for real. And honestly, it's like people forget how powerful we are as humans. You know, people forget how powerful speech is. People forget how powerful the actions really are. Like, for instance, like I actually stopped 3 suicides from happening. Wow. And one was actually just like last week. Wow. And I don't even know the guy, but it was just somebody on Facebook through Messenger, just words of encouragement. Nice. You really don't understand how impactful we really are as humans. Or should I said you, but you know what I mean? Like,
no, I'll take it personally.
Like we don't understand how powerful we really are.
No, we don't.
And you know, it's just the little things really matter. And you know, it's just sometimes it's just the little things throughout the day. You know, just words of encouragement on Messenger. Right. You know, at the end of the day, it's really important that we could we strive to do great things in life, and even if it's just little things. Right. You know, and it's always important to just be there, because we don't understand how powerful we are, how needed we are, how impactful we are. So everybody watching, I just want to remind you guys that you're blessed and you're needed. I just want to remind you guys of that. So whenever you're feeling down, just remember that, you know, there's always a brighter tomorrow. There's always a brighter beginning, a new start. You know, if you've done it once, you'll do it again. Pretty much, you know, like, I don't know what else to say. Like, we're very strong, we're very powerful, and we're very blessed. And we need to just continue to be blessed. We need to continue to do great things. You know, you do great things will come back to you, and it might take a year, it might take 10 years, but they will come back to you. Don't ever be discouraged from doing great things, because great things will come.
That was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. And I can vouch as well. You know, when I first had a conversation with you, it was just you know, it's encouraging to speak with other people who are not so, you know, head down in the mix, like you know, you're present and, you know, uplifting as well. Like that's true to who you are from what I've seen. So it's always good, you know. But I guess as we're getting towards the close of the show, do you have any like I don't know, maybe like 3 tips that you can give to people, small businesses or to medium-sized businesses, as far as, you know, trying to build their website, or how do you even feel about social media? Do you think, you know, website and social media, any tips that you might have?
Oh yeah, definitely website and social media and Google. I mean, there's so many different platforms that you could use, but I mean, social media is for free. You might as well use it. But again, it's for free, and there's a reason why it's for free, because it's not always going to get you the results you need. Now, of course, you could pay for ads, and that's going to help out. Paying for ads is always going to help out. But I mean, it's difficult to tell somebody that's, you know, I don't know, barely making it by as an entrepreneur, to tell them to pay for ads.
Right.
It's difficult to do that. It's difficult for somebody that's barely making it by to tell them to spend money on a website. I mean, we saw this one company, and they said, if you don't have $6,000, don't even bother calling us, because $6,000 is the bare minimum of a website that we could do for you. Everything else is going to be way more expensive. Wow. And we'll build you a real simple, like, you know, low scale website for $6,000. And, you know, that's partly why we started. We wanted to make sure that these companies had, or these entrepreneurs, I should say, had what they needed to get themselves off the ground and continue to thrive, because it's difficult. Right. It's really difficult. And there's a lot of people that, you know, that, like I said earlier, they understand the business, but they don't understand the technical aspect, and that's where we step in. Right. And that's why it's important for teamwork, because we could be your teammate, we could be your partner. We step in, and pretty much based off of your budget, we do whatever we can to keep you thriving. And of course, you know, like I said, it's based off of the budget as well. You know, I mean, we're not miracle workers, but you know, based off of the budget, we'll take that money and we'll stretch it for you to make sure that the company has what they need. Right.
Versus, you know, you might go somewhere else and they just have, all right, you fit this one basic plan, even though even though this part is already solid, this is all we can help you with based on your budget. You guys try and find what works. So exactly. I think that's great. Loving what I'm hearing about you guys. But I think we are about to wrap up the show. It was great having you on here. Great learning about business starters and the app Hey, and the new location that you guys have. I'm wishing you guys the best. And yeah, thank you again for joining us today. It was great to have you. But we come to you guys live every Tuesday at Soundview Community Media in Stratford, Connecticut. We come to you live with new guests every week. Our normal host is Carmen A. Nieves, but she's out. I'm filling in. Make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube to see our new episodes, see our past episodes, and follow us on Facebook as well. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you guys soon.